So today's video, I'm going to be exposing some of the common property guru red flags that you should all watch out for. Now, as many of you know, I've kind of dissected fake gurus before, but I also know that many of you don't watch the longer videos and often prefer me to say, I told you so, when you message me later on saying, I think I've been scammed. So what I figured I'd do is make it a little bit more fun and break it down into smaller videos so you have no excuses not to recognize some of the red flags that these property gurus are displaying. And also at the end of this, there's a chance to ask about people you may feel are dodgy. So be sure to stick around for that because there's a bit of a procedure for it. So let's get into it. What's going on everyone? My name is Aaron, aka The Anxious Investor, and welcome back to the only property channel that won't try and sell you something and will help you make money in property and invest without making the dumb mistakes I made once upon a time. And speaking of dumb mistakes, I made a few with some fake gurus. So let's get into the first one. Disclaimers. Now what I want you to do is, if there's somebody you're thinking about, is type their name into Google now and read their disclaimer. Now I know we all hate reading the small print, but in their own words, if you read the disclaimers, these are the biggest red flags that you'll ever see. They literally admit, indirectly of course, that they're full of BS and that their program may not work. But obviously they also know that as they run off ClickFunnels, most of them, they've already got you engaged in their rags to riches story. So very often or not, we kind of dismiss that disclaimer, which moves us nicely over to point 2, the X Factor story. Like, are you even a successful property investor if you don't have a rags to riches story? If you haven't come from consumer debt, for example, or had your leg fall off whilst firefighting and saving someone's life from a building? I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say there. Or had your leg fall off whilst firefighting and saving someone's life from a burning building, risking everything only to then rise from those very same ashes to now be rich and successful. And I'm talking filthy rich, like 7-figure money rich. To obviously now, of course, wanting to give back and do courses and mentoring. I mean, after all, the whole point is to get financially free, to get your time back. So what better way than to spend every weekend in some dodgy hotel venue speaking about the same things? I digress. And also, I think we should give credit where credit's due. We should give them some props and a shout out for the crocodile tears that they often manage to bring on literally every single time that they're telling their story. And remember, they only tell you this to make it relatable. The more relatable they seem, the more likely you'll believe them and you'll believe that you can be just like them. Think about it. If I had told you I had £10 million when I first started in property in the bank, ready to go, you would have probably left this channel a long time ago. Hopefully knowing that I'm just a normal guy who sucks at speaking to a camera due to the 30 minutes of bloopers, hopefully, that you're going to see after this video, I just made one then, it'll make you feel a little bit more like you can relate to me. But on that note, and this is what they try and do, to be relatable with yourselves. And on that note, don't worry, I got nothing to sell. The third one is raising finance. Now this is a great one, as you know I've raised quite a lot of money and I've done videos on here for free with what I did. It wasn't rocket science, but it worked for myself. So hopefully it can work for yourselves as well. But investors nowadays will raise a bit of cash and run webinars and classes to entice people in to a bigger sales funnel. And it's normally titled something like how to raise investor money or how to buy properties without your own money. Now the reason I bring this up is I recently went on a webinar about one guru talking about how much money he had raised, like 4 or 5 million. And the funny thing was, if you look at his IG posts, he was actually asking his followers, fake ones by the way, if they wanted good returns on their money to DM him. And it just made me sit there and wonder, like, where the hell has that £5 million gone that you spoke about on a podcast? Like, has that just disappeared? Have you spent it? And it just raised a lot of eyebrows, as it should for yourselves. But again, these inconsistencies are quite difficult to spot for many people, as we kind of have memories like fishes. Like, let's be honest, none of us even remembered what we ate last Thursday for dinner, do we? Exactly. So jumping back to the point, really try and have a deep think into what people say, especially when they're trying to sell something. Try and see if there's any inconsistencies in their stories. Point number 4, the 7-figure coaches. Now I see so many gurus claiming to coach celebrities, footballers and influencers and 7-figure business owners, taking them to the next level with their business models or coaching and mentoring. Now this is a genius fake guru tactic. As you all know, the quickest way to get rich is to teach people how to get rich. Which, even as I say that, it sounds pretty stupid, right? But people are obsessed with getting rich, and if you just know the right words and you can articulate that well enough, you can get pretty rich just talking about it. But anyway, many of these gurus manage to position themselves as experts in the field, and I notice this a lot on social media. And this is done through buying Instagram followers, for example, getting people to leave reviews mainly friends and family. And I've seen this so many times, even when you just give someone a random firebomb, like a good piece of content, just like I hope this channel does, and then quickly asking for a review straight after that, you're most likely going to get positive reviews, making you look and seem like you're somebody who knows their stuff. Now, people aren't dicks on the whole. Now, of course, fake gurus are, but most of us will always try and help other people out. We'll do a review for someone if they ask. As I find, and maybe you can agree, it's actually more awkward to kind of ignore them. And I'm sure that we'll all smash that like button for one of your favorite YouTubers because we appreciate them. But it's with these reviews that they manage to build this persona that they are great people and they're so great at what they do, which then allows them to sell how to get rich courses. And of course the negative ones are often removed or hit with the haterade comments, basically calling people out to be haters. Now, I'd always urge you to kind of lean on the side of caution when you see only positive reviews, and check websites like the property tribes if you have any people that you're not really sure about, because most people have been called out there. And if there's anyone else that you're questioning, then maybe drop it down in the comments below as well, just to kind of warn the audience about potential fishy fake gurus. Now, obviously, if I don't know who you're talking about, I will say. If I do know them and I think they're dodgy, I may just like your comment. If I don't know them, but I've heard bad things about them, I may just say it's worth researching them. Now, of course, I may do all of those things. Hint, hint. So anyways, a bit of a different type of video today, but as I realise how hard it is for people to make moves in this game, the last thing I really want to see is people to fall at the first hurdle, especially victim to these fake gurus who are the most unethical pieces of shit going, if I'm being completely honest. They will take advantage of people who want to make a change in their lives, which actually makes me sick. And sometimes I find myself even making these videos just to kind of stick it to them, to try and give you guys as much information as possible based on the information that you need for absolutely free. You're not going to find any secrets, I promise you, in any of their webinars or any of their courses. The only difference you'll get is that there might be slightly better speakers than me. But hey, if I was a perfect speaker, then this video wouldn't be that fun, because now we have the blooper time. So with that, I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much if you stuck around till the end. Please do smash that like button if you get a chance, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Let's roll those bloopers. On some building, saving someone's life. Nearly got it. I digress. Also, I just want to give a big shout out to the crocodile. And also, I think it's worth noting and to give him a bit of props for the crocodile tails that. Why can't I speak? Let's be honest, none of us remember what we ate for lunch. Let's be honest, none of us knew what we ate Monday evening for dinner, did we? Let's be honest, nobody remembers what they had for food. Come on, man. I mean, let's be honest, none of us remember what we had for tea on Monday evening, did we? Tea Monday evening? That's not even making sense. Let me try that again. Man, this is the best. Of course, the fake gurus are, but most of us will help out. Now, of course. Yeah. God. Sorry, man.